The northern plain. This plain is formed by three river systems. What are they? The Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra, along with their tributaries. This plain actually is formed by alluvial soil. What is alluvial soil? The soil which is carried by all the rivers from the mountain and depositing everywhere where it is flowing. So this is alluvial soil. The deposition of alluvium in a vast basin lying at the foothills of the Himalayas form this fertile plain over millions and millions of years. So it spreads over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. Now we have seen that Himalaya from west to east, it is 2400 kilometer long. So as these plains are also. So these plains are about 2400 kilometer long and in between 240 kilometer and 320 kilometer broad. They are densely populated. Why they are densely populated? Because densely populated means here maximum population we can see. Why? Because of the fertile soil, adequate water supply, favorable climate and terrain. So those are situating there. They get all these facilities. That is the reason these all places are densely populated. The rivers originating from the northern mountains, then it slows down due to the gentle slope, which results in the formation of riverine island. What is riverine island? Riverine island is the island which is in a river. Here 1 mark for 1 mark question. Which is the largest inhabited riverine island? It is the Majuli, which is the largest inhabited riverine island in the world, and it lies in the Brahmaputra river. Okay. The rivers split into a number of channels in the lower course. As I told you that lower course, so a river has three courses. First part, it is upper course. Then when it is flowing in the plain, it is middle course. And the end when it meets to the sea or ocean, it is called lower course. So when the river is coming from the mountain, it is called the upper course. Then when it is touching the land and flowing over the plain, it is called middle course. And when it is about to meet the sea or ocean and its flow is very slow, at that time it is called lower course. During this lower courses, we can see there are number of channels which are called distributaries. When the rain, when the river is flowing in the plain, at that time we can see tributaries, and when it is about to meet ocean or sea, at that time we can see distributaries. That is the common features of the river deltas. Now, parts of northern plain. There are three parts of northern plains. They are, what is the first part? The first part, it is the western part where Indus river is flowing. So it is called Punjab plain. It has been formed by the Indus and its many tributaries. But the larger part of this Punjab plain, it lies in Pakistan. Indus, what are the tributaries of Indus? The Jhelum, the Ravi, the Satluj, the Beas and the Chenab. They all originate in the Himalayas. Panplain is also dominated by Doab. What is the meaning of Doab? Do means two, Ab means river or water. So here two rivers when it is meeting. Two confluent rivers when they are meeting. Same way Punjab. Panch means five and Ab. So this is the western part. Then we will come to the middle part, which is called the Ganga plain. It extends from the river Ghaggar, where it is situated in Haryana, till the Tista river in West Bengal. So Ganga plain, it is extending from Ghaggar river in Haryana to the Tista river in West Bengal. So which all states it covers? It covers through the states of Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Jharkhand. So this is the second parts of the northern plain. And the third part, it is the eastern part, which is called the Brahmaputra plain. It extends from West Bengal, then Assam, then it reaches to Bangladesh and India's eastern border. Now we will see the regions of northern plain. Till now we have studied about the northern plain. What is called northern plain? Which all rivers are there? What is the length and the width of it? And then parts of northern plain. Parts, it is three parts: Punjab plain, then Ganga plain and Brahmaputra plain. Now we will start with the regions of northern plain. How the regions are divided? In this northern plain, it is divided into four regions. How? According to the variation in relief feature. First part we will see, when the river, after descending from the mountains, when it is coming from the mountains, the rivers deposit pebbles in a narrow belt, almost 8 to 16 kilometer in width, and it is lying parallel to the slopes of the Shivalik. It is known as Bhavar belt. All the rivers disappear in the Bhavar belt. So the first part, it is Bhavar belt. From where it is starting? The mountains. When the rivers, after descending from the mountains, it is coming down, the rivers deposits maximum pebbles in a narrow belt, because its flow is from upwards till downwards. So about 8 to 16 kilometer in width, lying parallel to the slope of the Shivalik. And here, so it is called Bhavar belt. Now next is the south of the Bhavar belt. The streams and rivers re-emerge and create a wet, swampy and marshy region called Terai. So when it is coming from the mountain, imagine Himalaya mountain, Ganga is coming. So when from Himalaya Ganga is coming, the first part from Gangotri till the plain, when it is flowing, at that time it is Bhavar belt. Then south of Bhavar belt, the streams and rivers again we can see, because in Bhavar belt they are disappeared. Again they come back, and at that time the situation is they create a wet, swampy and marshy region. It is called Terai. Actually this area is covered with thickly forest with a lots and lots of wildlife, but now maximum forest are disappeared, or it is being cut down for agricultural land or settlements. Some forest still we can see. Here important thing is Dudhwa National Park, which is located in this region. So Bhavar first part, second part is Terai. Now the third part we will see, it is Bhangar and Kankar. What are they? Now the largest part of the northern plain consisting of older alluvium which is known as Bhangar, and the river which presents a terrace like feature and contains calcareous deposit known as Kankar. Kankar means kankar, it is Hindi word, and Bhangar it is older alluvium, पुराना जो भी मिट्टी है, older alluvium it is known as Bhangar. And the current whatever river is taking the calcareous means stones, it is depositing, it is known as kankars. So first part it is what we have read about Bhavar, then swampy part it is Terai, then Bhangar and Kankar, and now Khadar. The lowest region is the flood plain which is known as Khadar. Here the soil is renewed whenever there is a flood. So almost everywhere during the month of June, July, almost every year flood is there. So this area is very fertile and best for intensive agriculture. So the last part is Khadar. So now in the northern plain, which all important points we have studied here. First it is where it is situated, which all rivers it is consisting of northern plain, that is the Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra along with their tributaries. Then parts of northern plain, which all parts? There are three parts. First part it is Punjab plain and afterwards Ganga plain, and then towards the east part it is called the Brahmaputra plain. Punjab plain where Indus and its tributaries, which all are tributaries are there, the Jhelum, the Ravi, the Satluj, the Beas and the Chenab. Then Ganga from Haryana to West Bengal, which all states it is covering? Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Jharkhand. And then Brahmaputra plain, it extends from West Bengal, then Assam, then it reaches to Bangladesh and maximum India's eastern border. Then we studied about regions of northern plain. First part it is Bhavar, then second part south of Bhavar it is Terai, which is the swampy and marshy region. Then third part it is Bhangar and Kankar, and the fourth part it is Khadar.